That's it. The princess. Hello, my friends. Jola Pypno-Crapanzano here with Coaching Journey with Jola. And guess what? I am taking you today on another trip across the big pond to Europe, to a country of Serbia, to meet my beautiful friend, Olja Aleksic, from Belgrade, Serbia. Hi, Olja. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me.
Guys, Olja is another co-author of our amazing best-selling book, One. We are so grateful, and every day I just say my gratitude to all of you guys, to Mira for inviting us, because it's important that we stated how cool that is that we were able to be a part of it, and now that we are part of this. So my friends, Olja is leadership mentor, and she'll be talking today how she helps women globally to basically, say it very shortly, cut the bullshit that they're going through with them, maltreating themselves, going too deep through their stories. She went through all of this, and I will help her let her talk about that, because always comes from self-learning, right? We can learn so much from our own lives, then why let other people go through all that if we can give them a shortcut and say, listen, this is what you do, A, B, C, D, you're in it, doing it, right?
Exactly.
But before I go there, I just want to mention that we are here just at the end of 2 weeks of the quarantine, right? And it's not a happy place in US, that's why I'm moving straight to a happy and safe Serbia, where you guys, 700 cases only. How do you do it? I'd love to know from you. What is your government doing? I'm starting to developing the theory that the countries that are more, how should I say, more disciplined, that's where it is all under control, right? So tell me how you're dealing with all this crisis. Are you working from home? How is everything there?
Yes. Personally, I am working from home, but I would like just to explain a little bit about the Serbia situation. Mm-hmm. From this weekend, we started massively to test people. So from Monday, report is going to look a little bit different for sure.
That could be also the case.
During the last week, we had visit from China's experts. So they came here to help us create structure around this. And one of the first inputs was this one. So you need to test a lot more people in order to create containers.
Okay, well, we're still hoping that that's the case, that you are a safe place to be. And that's what I wish you from the bottom of my heart, because you don't want to be in places like we are right now, where you are so scared to even go outside. But bottom line, we're talking about the positivity, because, people like yourself went through so much trauma and drama in life. I feel like you are prepared well for anything that life will throw at you, right? You kind of like a soldier, like a warrior, all right, give it to me, baby. Not that I want it, but give it to me. I got it. Give it to me, right? I feel similar way. I come from Poland, as you know, and I went through my fair share of shit, I went through martial law. I went through stores that had nothing but white vinegar on the shelves. I went through all of this. I didn't, in my wildest dreams, ever thought that I will go through similar situation. Okay, it's not similar. There was no pandemic, but there was different sort of trauma. So, Olja, I would love to start this conversation with introducing you through your very unique story, because that will give women who listen understanding that no matter how bad your circumstances, you can still get out of it and become a successful businesswoman like yourself. I am so impressed. Not to mention deep details about this. Ola and myself, we're part of this academy in England, and we're going deep into our self-development. And honestly, this is it, guys. We can truly change world if we only put our mind into it, right? So tell me, Ola, you were born in Serbia, right? Or was it part of Yugoslavia then, right? Still?
It was part of Yugoslavia. I'm not even sure. I think that 5 or 6 times we changed name and structure and basically the government and everything in previous 20 years. So what is important actually for today especially is that the first thing is that we all have this shitty, pardon my French, stories. So as you said, you went through your part of it. I had my story, but many others, most of the people really have challenging times.
Yes.
So even now, when we are talking about Corona stuff, we are focused on positive in our work and in our life, personal. But I think it is important that we acknowledge right now, I'm talking now from a leadership perspective,
Yes.
it is really important that we acknowledge that many people now really suffer. This situation is challenging, even in more safe places or less.
On so many levels, on so many different levels, yes.
Yes. So this is important. I went through change and crisis. So what happened with my health? And this is what my complete turning point was. So while I was growing up in post-war and then another war situation and then the different kind of post-war, so these are two different
In the
wars.
book, you described this crazy stuff that was happening at age of 10. You were hearing
Yeah.
like bombs exploding outside your windows, and this is just crazy, guys. Like if you just think about it, you have a 10-year-old girl that's trying to figure out her life, and this is the drama outside of her life. And obviously, I just want to put this in a perspective.
Yes, there was 1 year in my life, the age of 10. My parents just got divorced. We went to live to another place. That same year, we need to move, I think, 4 times. And I moved, I think, 16 times. I always miscalculate, so I have no idea how many times I was moving. So new school, new environment, new friends, even new languages in school. And that same year when my parents divorced, my sister had to go to my grandparents to live with them because my mother had to work double shift. So she had
just to make it easier for the family. Yeah, so just all of these hardships, and here you are, this super sensitive girl that's trying so hard to understand why, right? That was the thought I got from this. Why is this all happening? Why is it for some people this way and for some people that way? So you were a very curious child, right? You just immersed yourself in reading and studying, and that's where you went. That was your avenue of escaping all this crap, right?
Exactly. Exactly, because at the moment when this happens, and this, so the same year bombarding started, so this was just bam, bam, bam in my life.
Yeah.
We had no electricity, so it was really challenging, but you don't ask questions. Why? Because you need to save your life, you need to go. Previously, I had to go to school and etc. So you need to function, to be functional, to operate. And this is the same what is happening now.
Yeah, I was just going to say exactly that. You're reading my mind. Yes, it's a different circumstances, but it's exactly the same point. And I believe that generations from now, these kids today will be talking about this because this is the most profound experience of most people's lives, right?
Yes. So one part of me was highly functional and fully immersed what my responsibilities are. But there is always that part of the day when you stay alone with yourself. So some people maybe play games or, I don't know, sleep. But I started to read a lot.
So, and I feel very connected with you on that level because I was a ferocious reader as a child as well.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is that I have never remembered facts or names or whatever. I was always taking as outcome emotional part of it. So it's even when you look some nice movie, so it's the same with the book. I was left with the feeling how that
Emotions, yeah.
impacted me. Yes.
Yeah.
So I would always go from there. And now this is the same thing. It's really important that we put our focus on things that are going to make us feel good.
Yeah.
So whatever it is.
Yes, yes. So fast forward, because we're not going to go through all your timeline, but fast forward, you're in college, you're going through college, you're doing well. You then, after college, become extremely successful in your business life. Like for the circumstances that you are in your country, you became like a star, right? Doing phenomenal. You climb that leadership, that success ladder higher and higher and higher. And then what happens? Because that's the second turning point.
Yes. Well, when I started climbing that ladder, I have seen one very big challenge in particular, and this was that emotional, highly sensitive, empathic girl is misjudged, mistreated. It's like um, so. I was different from the start, and my mission at that point was, but no, you don't get it. I went through this and this, and now you're going to see, all of you, how you can have leaders, because we had this certain type of leaders.
Yes.
Yes. So and I said, okay, you can see how you can be a leader who leverage emotional part, because I discovered really early that this was my superpower, kind of. Okay, I was super sensitive, and then I said, all right, what
But
does this mean?
also extremely intelligent to understand. You know, sometimes people take sensitivity for a weakness and it kills me. And I connected with you on that level so much. Don't underestimate my intelligence, baby, because I may look like I'm this, innocent, weak little lady, but think twice, right?
Yeah, and this is our choice. Let me tell you, I want to be pleasant, companion. I want to give you a lovely conversation, and I want you, but don't mistake that for not having a brain, or. So when it comes to decision making, I'm really fast decision maker, because I was trained basically my whole life. I'm making fast decisions.
Yes.
I was playing in professional sport for 10 years, so I know about competitiveness and competition
Yes,
and
yes.
everything.
I remember you saying this in the book, that you kind of like on the border of the extrovert and introvert. And again, I connect with this very much with you, because even though I'm out there and, playing and dancing, I love to be in my room and read and close myself and please leave me my time. I love it. So this is the very sensitive moment, right? That we are in between those two worlds. So you were that going
Kind of.
out there and playing and killing it on the basketball field, right?
That was my game. When I entered that company, that was my playground. And even now, I teach people, women mostly, ladies, your career, even in this moment, is your playground. And in this moment, more than ever, because you have the bigger picture, you have it in front of you. You are in a lockdown, you know what's the most important thing: health, survive. So make your career, make it your playground. So to go back to me climbing and playing that game, so I was totally and fully immersed into that, and I had a response I wanted, which was even surprising for me as well. Um, but I have felt early that I have difficulties to maintain energy level, that I have difficulties to maintain focus, attention, and I have noticed that I have a challenge to be around people more than and to respond to their requests. So it was more challenging
It
for me
almost
than
became
before.
shorter, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I don't know, simple flus started to, attack me more frequently. And every time when I go to my doctors, office, they say, okay, how are you? Well, I don't know, I have a fever, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. But they're like, "Oh, okay, what are you doing? Okay, I'm leader. Oh, you have
Right.
a tough job, you are overstressed, you are burned out. So because, women in, I don't know, 27 years old with the leadership role in the international corporation, she must be overwhelmed. There is nothing else that can be.
Yeah. Just the label, the simple label, it's easier that way. Yeah, just go ahead, do what the standard stuff is. Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, this was my major mistake, because after a while I started believing. I didn't listen my inner voice, and I consider listening my superpower. So
Yeah.
this was really huge mistake. And I said, all right, it must be that. I don't know. I will just take some rest. Until one day, I started to lose my words. I would say glass instead of window. I lost my voice literally. I couldn't talk. I had a huge pain,
You said you had problem
fever.
walking, right?
Yes, this was when it went completely. I couldn't even get out of the bed. So it was. So not to go into too many details, but it was really bad. But I was still trying to work. I took some days from home office, and
Yeah, and I just want to say one thing. And again, we're going through this for one particular reason. We could have skipped all that, but I want us, women and men, actually realize and listen very, very clearly now. Do not ever underestimate any types of symptoms. Do not go lightly. Whatever happens to you, you know, go check yourself out and go check yourself again, and then they get a second and third opinion, because what coming out of this, what Olja discovered, was very rare case of
desmoid tumor is a type of sarcoma, and sarcoma is a cancer.
yes,
But in 2018, when I was diagnosed, even the World Health Organization didn't classify it, or they classified it as a cancer, but not every country had like,
cure. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
treatment that is standardized.
Yeah.
Even today, it's not standardized completely. So that's when the fight begins, the fight that is pretty similar to this, because you have this uncertainty.
And you don't
Uh,
really have actual medicine for it, right? So you
yes,
would try to find what is my best solution, and you went into something that it's probably one of the topics that fascinated me like the most from that part of your life. You went into quantum medicine. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
yes, I will tell you what I know about it and how I understand it. And
Maybe
just,
even not what you know, but how this helped you. Yeah, give us a little bit of about it, how this actually worked with your case. Because honestly, I just again, guys, I'm trying, because Olja has so much to share with us that I want to like let him keep her moving forward. Because if we get stuck at this, we'll be done. Because we can go for hours about this one topic. But the one important thing is that she was pronounced a medicine miracle in like 6 months. So I'm already giving you heads up. She got out of this damn thing, right? So that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. So happy for you.
yes, me as well.
Oh, you too, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm sharing this story. It's not only, oh, look at me, how brave I am and how I nail it, and now I am, powerful again, and
Yeah.
etc. About people, you take something out of this.
Yes.
So I have heard about quantum medicine first when I was in a hospital. So this is a hospital for military,
Mm-hmm.
for but there is a civil department. Since
Yes.
I was so rare case, I ended up there.
Yeah.
Uh, but this quantum medicine department was only for high level rankings.
Officers. Yeah.
So it was unavailable to me. But this is when I first heard heard of it.
Uh-huh.
So when they discharged me for yes, in April. So last April, when they discharged me with no proper treatment, of course, I started to investigate what is this, and then I stumbled to one particular lady that studied Chinese medicine, so regular medicine. Then she went to China, then everything, I don't know, from acupuncture, similar to Martine.
Oh,
We had the
okay,
interview,
okay. Okay, I was just gonna ask even if this was Martine because her
yeah.
story we talked about a few days ago, and I'm like, whoa, whoa. But that's why it's
Very, very.
powerful. The unconventional methods of, it's unbelievably powerful. So,
Yeah. And this quantum thing, it's about energy level and about frequencies in which our organs are vibrating.
mm,
So basically, it's a concept that is even recognized by official medicine everywhere in the world, but it is not implemented because it fully, right? Because it is really holistic and it's completely in opposite to Western medicine.
yes.
So basically, I went there and I remember I was really, taxi drove me. I was so exhausted. I half remember that day. They hooked me to some machine. So the point is in that machine
Yeah.
for me in that moment. So they hooked me and then they took part of my hair and there is a hole on the machine and they put that hair inside.
We're checking DNA, yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
and then they say, okay, we will have your DNA. Then this machine will assess where is the mismatch
Ah.
in frequency that your organs are vibrating and your DNA.
Mm.
And then this machine is going to start changing it.
Mm.
So I was like,
It's like
I took
sci-fi
that.
for me, right? Sounds like Star Wars. Hello, where are we now? And here I
Yeah, it was really, listen, I am into alternative, but
am.
this was too much. This was
Yeah.
like, I was like, you know what, do whatever you want. I mean,
At this
my
point,
time.
right? At this point, you're giving up like your own. I always feel that this is so true. When you try to get a different result by doing the same thing, are you silly, right? So you're trying new things just to get better, and that was one of the things. So amazing. So the treatment was, you say, about 6 months when you started to see results.
Yes, first 3 months were really bad because side effects are awful. You get a lot worse before it
You get
starts
better.
to
Hmm.
be better. Yeah. So this is important even now to remember. So wherever in the world you are, remember it's the darkest moment before the day comes.
Yes,
And
I often talk about this right now with, like, when I talk to my audience, that before it gets better, it probably will still get worse. So get your hearts ready, mentally prepare, and then, we're going to rise like phoenix from the ashes, baby. There will be brand new renaissance in the world. Let's get ready for this.
get ready. Yeah, that's it. So basically, in 6 months, I was feeling better than ever. Basically, what I have learned from this quantum treatment is that in my body, I had some bacteria on my lungs since I was 10 or maybe even earlier that were diminishing my immune system. So basically, I was never actually feeling too good.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that followed me my whole life. So I've always had to put more effort, more to struggle more, to struggle more. And let me tell you, I had so many dark moments with dark thoughts because everybody, yes, they have personal struggles, but the other truth is that many people are fighting so much more to have like the same result. So to me, I had really
And
long period.
also, I believe there is a lot of people who get thrown so much more at them. And I can tell from my personal experience from having friends in my life who got thrown so much at them that I sometimes even wonder how they still functioning, right? And that's why it's just they're trying to get through all of this. But what you're saying is so important, that you need to really be able to, and this is the phrase of this, that I want to start bringing people from the story into your teachings, because the first, wow, powerful thing is ability to detach yourself from the outcome, right? You
Exactly.
started understanding that. And when you do that, and it goes for businesses that women are these days in and trying hard, don't see results right away, from fighting through your own health, through fighting through this. We don't know where this is going, how long it's going to take. We just have to trust, detach ourselves, and do our best every day, right?
Yes, I have one separate mentorship program that is only about this. So it's 12 weeks just about.
Is this the Sapfo Groove initiative?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I was going to do that. Yeah, I was going to talk about this in a moment. Actually, what I would like to one more time say, guys, this lady here is a powerhouse. Really, she truly can change potentially lives in a way that is not, it's really even hard to grasp when you're not focusing on it. But I want to tell people that if you guys watching on Facebook, we are not going to attend to any questions while we're talking, because there's so much information, so much everything. I don't want to get distracted. I'm still like that little squirrel. I'm like, oh, question, let me answer. Then I lose my train of thought. But please, 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 if you're listening, drop the questions in the chat room on the bottom, and we get to them, because you may have questions regarding anything that we talked about. Yeah. Welcome everyone, by the way, who joined us. I would love to say hello to everybody, but it's like I said, I better don't, because I get distracted. So, Olja, so tell me about this detachment from the outcome. Let's start with that.
Yes, as you said previously, the, the moment for some people the life is so hard and it's like throwing constantly some
Curveballs. It's called curveballs.
curveball. Let's say like that. But what I have found out also, because when I started to heal from these various diseases, I discovered, I started learning more about energy, etc., etc. So then this groundbreaking discovery, really simple, and many people know about it, is, guys, you have the ability to change this, not to be the person that vibrates in that frequency that attracts all that curveballs. So
Yeah.
of course, when you have 10, 15, 12, 20, 20, you do not think and etc. But now when you are older, when you have your life under control, this, you can change this. And I changed this for myself. Although this corona is a little busting with my, I'm joking. But so why is it so important? Especially for you who are struggling right now. So first you need to understand what detachment is and what is not. Giving up is completely opposite from being able to detach. Being able to detach is letting go in a sense that you understand, acknowledge, and basically accept that there is a reason why this is happening. And the reason is probably not known to you, whatever is happening, whatever you are going. So that's the question, why this, why that?
Yes.
This is not the way you are supposed to look at it. There is, so whether you are religious, whether you believe as a higher power is universe or whatever, you should understand that you have your higher mind. And this higher mind is actually where you want to be and to communicate from.
Yes.
And so this is the first level, your ability to understand this. And first to open yourself for trust.
And listening, right, to that, be able
Yeah,
to listen. And then
exactly.
you talk so much about the importance of being tuned in to your inner voice. Like so often we go on and we the chatter, the outside chatter, just everything is bah, 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 bah. And you like again like that squirrel, you hear, and then inside your voice like, hello, I'm here. I want to tell you something that I know about you, please listen. Right.
Listen,
And
yeah. What I have found when I'm talking to women, particularly, there is a self-confidence issue, a huge topic, and this is why we ignore our intuition or our inner voice. And we have spent probably most of our lives not living from our essence, from our core self. So we are not even connected to that inner voice for most of women. So you don't trust, even when you hear, you don't believe that this is how it's supposed to be. And usually that little voice that is trying to emerge is telling you something completely opposite from what you are trying to do, you know,
yeah.
or you are told that it was supposed to be
Yeah.
like that. So first you need to declutter in order to be able to so decluttering is not that hard stuff. You don't need 20 years of therapy or something. I discovered that it is pretty simple when you start introducing into your life some basic self-care stuff. And when I say self-care, it is about meditation, prayer on whatever side you are. Everything works.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, to me, it was reconnecting with nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I really started to pay attention to my dogs and practicing mindfulness. So I have seen how mindful, crazily mindful they
Yes, you
are.
know, I was reading that, and for the first time, really, I start think because we only have a pet, a doggy, for about a year and a half now, and that watching that little puppy, how in tune he is, present to the T every single time. Yeah, he may be focused on that piece of food that you have on your fork, but it doesn't matter. It's that focus, that peace. I'm here right now. There may be world collapsing around me. I'm here right now, grounded, right? And then the grounding piece for you was also important through yoga, right? And everything.
Yes, this changed really a lot for me. So you need to find that one thing that works for you, because I have both of my dogs went to traumas before they came to me, because this is how I make my choices. Obviously, I need to heal someone else. Not only me. So, but what I saw is that when we went through that initial stages of their healing parts, they became, they overcome it. They were those dogs who are looking at that piece of cake or whatever you are eating. They, you know, my Emma, she doesn't think, oh, poor me. 9 years ago, I was so hungry and poor, and people beated me. They don't. You know, my Rex, he doesn't sit and, oh my God, I was 12 days with no food or water. I was dumped.
Yeah, I was so
No,
neglected, right? That doesn't
yeah, but
exist. Mm-hmm.
they do not go through that. So basically, when you start creating your time for your self-care, introspection kind of, in parallel with that, stay present and notice what is it, what is the story you are telling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in leadership as well. You know, when we want to impact, when we want to drive change, when we want to motivate and inspire, this is where we go. We go from story that we tell to our teammates, to ourselves, etc. So this is it for you. What negative memories are you? So you know, what's the word?
Are you
But
telling yourself, you're remembering, bringing back to today, you know?
Yes. And even when you, so for me, even now I recognized one particular, my father, which I had a really challenging relationship with him. And when I left corporate world and started my own business, he was entrepreneur as well, but he made many mistakes
Mm-hmm.
and was in a form megalomaniac. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, what I even now, it was hard for me to detach myself from those fears, you
Yes.
know, because you have this, okay, am I going now
The
to
same
this?
route. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what is it? So you have to be aware. When you are aware, you are half through it. You are
Yes.
half
So
through it.
detach from from all that past stuff, focus on positive thoughts, and then just like from that point of the healing can start obviously way easier.
Yeah.
And you mastered this through these different steps, right? I would love you to tell us how you know started that process of healing for yourself, because it was steps of listening to yourself, right, to the inner voice, and then through nurturing yourself, and then to creation that special new energy that you wanted in your life. And each of these topics comes with certain amazing little things that everybody can do. And there will be some that I can tell you right now, guys, you may want to be like, what? Are you kidding me? Well, I tell you this much. Do not judge before you try. Simple as that, right? So Olja will tell you a few things that work for her, and perhaps they're not for you, but I wouldn't judge until you try, right? They're not all weird. There's only a couple weird.
The weirdest one, right? The weirdest one maybe is about barking.
Yes.
Hard barking people.
Yes, stop, make the animal noises, and maybe you feel better about yourself. No, but just noticing that what you just compared to the pets, to animals, it's like you can learn so much from them. The same, I was talking to Martina yesterday, we talked how much you can actually learn from your children, who
Mm,
tell you with their bodies, with their body language, sometimes things, and even what you wouldn't even maybe realize. That's very interesting, fascinating stuff. So let's go through your healing process and the steps that you took, because this could be this really valuable maybe insight for women who are in these difficult situations. And because you do this in your business every single day, you can intuitively pick up on that bullshit that people tell themselves, right? Oh, I
yeah.
had a childhood, or well, listen, so many people had too. And guess what? Doesn't matter.
Yes, exactly. Um, there are two kind of parallel things. One is that you do have to connect with your bigger vision, with that picture. You do have to tap into what your vision is, and you go really deep into that. And this is a process. All right, this is a process, but it doesn't mean that you are going to go 6 months, lock yourself, and just do introspection.
Yeah.
No, lady, you are going to work every single day something, you know. So yes, I have said some of the things that are in that part of that you're detached from the outcome thing, but in parallel you need to make some decisions. You need to create a new reality for yourself from right now, whatever you're going through. Do you want to change that job, like many women that I work with want? uh, do you want to scale to be a leader? Do you want to become entrepreneur? So let's start with making some
Mm-hmm.
decisions. And how do you make decisions? You use that intuition. It's not going to lie to you. If you are not trusting that intuition, then you need help, you need support, you need coach, mentor, or whoever. But if you need that kind of approval,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. But listen to your intuition. If you have this decision, listen from your gut, listen your intuition, and then decide.
Yes, you
Do
talk
not
about these three
overanalyze.
brains, right? That every human had. It's the brain. that is here, the brain that's in your heart, and the brain that's in your gut. And each of them has its own role in your life. So you gotta first listen, then navigate through your passions, and then simply let's go, execute, right?
Exactly. Brain is perfect. In our head, we have this perfect tool. This is a tool that should be used for everything, like creating step-by-step process, giving yourself a structure, giving yourself a routine. You talk often about morning routine. This is where you are. Create from your head brain. Your head brain is going to give you all the resources, but from your gut, you need to tell them, you need to give clear instructions. If you do not communicate clearly, what do you want? Well, I would like to change my career. All right, let's go. Tell me more. So, because your brain, head brain is going to tell you, stay where you are, lady. No, nowhere to move from
Yes.
here,
Yeah.
and be happy with what you have. So, use your intuition to decide. Use your brain in your head to tell you how you are going to do it, to
Mm-hmm.
give you some structure and support. You can't
Mm-hmm.
just levitate, and use your heart brain to give you the passion and to give you the drive, because you will have challenges, you will have low moments, dark moments. You will, so many times you are going to wish you didn't start, or you want to quit, just I can't do this anymore.
So, oh yeah, like if I just ask, because this is the moment to ask that perfect question, if there are perfect questions. So what is your recommendation if a woman comes to you or she's in your program and she seems to be doing better, she somehow got her shit together all of a sudden, and now again she got hit from another side and now she's falling off the wagon altogether? What do you generally, how do you do this? Like, I'm not asking you to give now your your full expertise, but just like, what would be your advice in that case to women,
Two things.
women, or anyone else for that matter?
Anyone. Well, this is actually the perfect question for now, for this situation, because many of people that I communicate with are started something. Even this is my first year of my entrepreneurship. I started this and then Corona hit. So just had the other day, I had this conversation with one of my clients, and she said, what am I supposed to do now? Everything is falling down. So two things. First, the hardest question, and many resist to this one. What is the gift in this? And many
Try
instinctively,
to find gratitude in this. Try to find something to be grateful for and learn something from this craziness. Yes, exactly. Everybody talks about that, right?
yes. And then look what parts of it we can
Control.
use, or yes. So in this particular situation, my best advice is day by day. So grand vision is there, that's all right, but now it is day by day, day by day. So women now aren't uncertain, where is high uncertainty. Basically, in my work, just to explain this briefly, I approach from three sides. I have this change and crisis personal experience and expertise. Then I understand human emotions very well. And the third part, it's about, I understand the different, and I understand moonshot thinking. I understand rebels. So people that come to me resonate with this. So these are the people who have this drive in it, but now they are like, oh my God, why am I, why did I take so many risks? So this is one of the questions right now. So again, two things. What is the gift in it, and what you can do now, what you can take from it right now, day by day. So whatever the situation is, these two things are going to help you to feel better, to not to feel that you are so out of the control, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The other part of, because we were talking about detachment, there is a thing about in emotional intelligence, because I was conducting some case studies around it, and this is important part of detachment as well. Restoring hope and optimism are directly connected with your ability to deliberately enter the state of flow.
Oh my goodness. And I love it. And I cannot wait for you to talk about this. This is like a highlight of this interview for me, baby. Flow. And before we get into the flow, like you said, intentionally bring yourself into something. So before you go into the flow, I also want you to talk about how you can intentionally change the whole way you feel, because you can do certain things, right, to change your whole entire body feeling. You can start, and that was this really cool method. You said you can make yourself laugh. First, force yourself to laugh, let's say for 20 minutes. Then you can dance for 20 minutes. And then you can lay down on the ground, either outside or inside, just to feel grounded. Guys, again, if you find this is woo-woo, cool. I get it. But try before you negate it. If you're in a really shitty mood, you have nothing to lose. You can just improve it, right? So try it. Try it. Just, I noticed sometimes when people see around people laughing and they're like, what's wrong with them? But then they got somehow sucked into it. They keep laughing with them, then they cannot stop. So the whole body chemistry changes, right? So we can actually force our bodies to do that certain thing to change it. And I love it how you said intentionally. We gotta do it and just like make ourselves do certain things to put ourselves in a better shape. But now go back to that amazing area of flow.
Yes, just for the laughing, I was using that in my corporate job. So, but you know how transparent are the doors and everything? There are no walls. So basically, our team meeting would start like this. I would start laughing, just laughing, you know, and people started to laugh as well, just to bring that energy and to change for stress as a stress relief. You know, you have
Yeah.
so many tips and tricks how to do it. This is one of the easiest. You know, now whether you are leading of your team or you're in your business or you have just associates or in your home, just try and you will see how quickly this changes everything.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
flow, one of my I have noticed that I am entering this state of flow whenever I'm completely focused on what someone is telling. So this is how I found out that my superpower is listening.
Mm-hmm.
I explored a little deeper, and then I remembered, oh my God, in high school, I was so fascinated with mythology and how Greeks always had that, you know, one, how did they call PTI? It's a prophet.
Mm-hmm. The oracle, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they went there whenever they need to have the big decision, and then she enters into that state of ecstasy
Yes.
and gives you an
It's
answer.
fascinating stuff. I know. I know. Yes.
Yes, and many composers and people of great people that created one of the most um, bigger changes in the world explain that I just got an idea, I have this muse, or I don't know how I remember this, or I enter. So the thing is, you need to have 3 prerequisites basically so you can enter. It should be something that you are familiar with already. So if you are a runner, you already know how to run. So basically, you don't need to learn how to move your hands or arms or whatever. So
Yes.
this is one of the things. So I'm talking about how
Let's
do you.
use, maybe it's a little easier to understand if we use example of dance. If you go to a dance lesson, like you said, you first have to learn the steps, and you're very awkward making these moves like I did ballroom dancing. You're so concentrating on the moves that you don't even enjoy the damn thing. Then once you're good at it, baby, you don't even know what the legs are doing because you are flowing up here. You're just like in it to win it, you know? So that's the state of flow. One of my states of flow is when I'm dancing, but
Yeah, mine as well. Mine as well. I don't know why I didn't use that example. Thank you so much. It's easier. So that's one of the things. So you know something about it. You know the basic steps and everything. This is something you really enjoy and like us. Okay. Yeah. And the third part is you are trying to do something that is a little challenging for you.
a lot challenging, even
A
better.
lot. Yeah, but it shouldn't
Who
be
doesn't
something.
like a good challenge? I do, certainly.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be something that will stress you and you will feel bad if you are not, because you're going to be too focused on that. So it's
Mhm.
not, it's completely out of your comfort zone. So these are three things. And you start basically by just concentrating on what you are doing. If you are dancing or just, okay, just feel your body. You are going through your familiar moves. This is what you like, feel that what you like, but you know what you want to achieve, whatever the dance is or the choreography or whatever you want
Yeah.
to do. And you will feel like really quickly how there is a science behind it. I don't know because I don't care. So I don't know what happens in your brain, but basically it's a tunnel vision. This is what happens inside of you. And it is like a squirrel that is fixating nuts. So there is nothing that will move her from there.
That's right. I'm fixated on you. So no one's beautiful comments get into my brain right now. I am fixated on you. Like a squirrel.
Yeah. But why did we mention this actually? Because entering deliberately into that state of flow will bring you so many benefits. First, your body will be stressed out completely. The other thing,
You
you
mean
are
distress? Distress.
distressed completely. You are completely connected to your essence, to your intuition. You will create something amazing.
Creativity through the roof, right? So this goes through the writing. And this is funny how when we were doing the project of the book, I just need to bring it up. Miraf, who was the brainchild behind this book, was telling us, oh, you know, your chapter 75 minutes. She goes, you know, just write it, you send it, because she's, oh, in a month or so we have the book out. I'm like, I've never wrote nothing be like a longer post for my blog and stuff like that. I'm like, what is she talking about? Obviously, it took me a little bit more than 75 minutes, but she's true. Once you're in it to like focus, right? Your creativity goes through the roof. For me, another example, when I traveled, the biggest passion next to personal development for me, when I in travel, I am so immersed into what I experience that I consider this the best school of life. I love it with every fiber of my being. Like I'm in it. I can like learn from people in different nations. I can talk to them. I can learn about the language, about the cuisine, about the behavioral things. I can learn everything because I'm in. I love it, right? And that's the same thing when we get ourselves in that state of flow right now, when it's like really, you know, again today, crappy, gray, rainy day outside. Guess what? I'm in the flow with my beautiful Olja from Belgrade. I don't even know about this stuff. I don't think about it. That's my flow baby today.
Perfect. So yes, I have a lot of it that I would like to share, but let's not overwhelm people with it. Just if you take guys only one thing, however crazy this sounds for you, even one thing will change a lot for you. And I am one of those people who is always taking things back to basics, because we are overcomplicating everything. Even there is such a huge science behind change management, crisis management, people management, development. There are different kinds of leadership style and everything.
Yeah.
No, we need to go back to basics.
Yeah.
Really. That
And
is why I promote these simple things.
yeah, and maybe just to finish this all up nicely with your ways of really going through your day with these techniques of calming yourself down, right? With understanding that, that day goes by, but I can literally start my day with grounding myself, with thinking about what I can do, focusing on that day, doing just simply living from your highest self, but at the same time understanding that it's out of your control, right? You can't do anything about this. And you have these two mantras that you often repeat. One is not my fault. It's not mine, not yours, nobody's fault, right? And that everybody suffers. Those are the two things that a lot of people don't understand. That they keep blaming everybody. They live from that victim mode. Nothing good comes out of that. We gotta just shake it off. Listen, we all in the same boat right now. I mean, globally, this is first time ever, probably in like God knows how many, tens of years, decades, whatever. But the point is that it was never in such a global scale. So we all in it, right? So better stop blaming, stop feeling so guilty and then like, oh my God, I'm such a lose. No, focus inward, think what matters, do the best every day. And I feel like focus on people who are positive, who can teach you stuff. Reach out to them, reach out to the people that they love yourself. Maybe one last piece before we part our ways, Olja. Talk about self-love and importance of it. I don't want to talk about it too often, but almost in every conversation it comes up. It's one of the crucial things.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself more than anything in order to serve others, right?
Yes. First, we have to forgive ourselves. And what I have discovered is that many of the things we need to get rid of and to forgive ourselves, we are not aware of. So this is the trickiest part, maybe. But when you implement all these simple steps, this is going to start unraveling on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, trust the process, because you will be there and it will surface, it will come to surface what is it that you need to forgive yourself. How do you forgive yourself? Huge question. And again, trust that this is that you did the best you knew.
Oh, yeah,
You
that
did.
was another piece I loved so much. And it's not just you did, you are currently doing, everyone out there, people, whatever it is, it's happening, you the best that you currently know you can do. And I think this is the key. We could just finish right now, and this will be one of the biggest lessons from this. You cannot constantly think, oh my God, I could have done better. No, you couldn't. That was at that moment the best you knew.
Exactly. Now, you said now, this is a really crucial moment that we blame governments, neighbors, other people, I don't know, 5G network, I don't know what are the conspiracies or everything. This is just energy waste. It creates energy waste inside of you. You will have headache. Your hips are going to hurt. Your arms, your wrists. So really, we all do our best, and this is ultimate truth.
So from basically giving ourselves the best gift, from love, from self-love, just kill the bullshit that doesn't matter, just focus on what matters. Focus on what can help you in today's world, what can help you tomorrow. And when one gets difficult, just like I said, like you say, focus on what matters, on the people that matter to you, and then everything's gonna be so much better. So much better.
Yeah, everything is going to be, it is, I want to say a few things about positivity. We always say surround yourself with positive people and talk about positive. And then again, as I said at the beginning, the positivity is not completely ignoring what is going on. You know, we all follow the statistics. I know the statistics as well. I know measures that my government took. I know that we have issues. I know that people are getting sick more and more. It's all right, but we make conscious choice not to overwhelm our body and our mind with with that circle, with that negative circle. And you can break that pattern. You can break it easy. So in your group, this is what you are doing. Many people are trying to motivate others. So thank you for inviting me to be here with you.
Welcome. It's my pleasure. I mean, this is what I'm trying to really bring out to you know, extend that network of amazingness that's out there, and to just show people that yes, we have the choice. We can go and start like be completely desperate and think, you know, I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, or we can focus for a minute, or how can we help ourselves and just, you know, go a little bit more optimistically and positively towards tomorrow.
Yes, I was one of those person. First, when I hear morning routine, I'm like, I was. Then everything changed for me because I understood how important it is when you start your day properly. And one of the most important part in your morning routine is that you set your intentions.
And
Your
gratitude,
right,
yes.
yeah, the night before.
Yes, like in my high performance coaching, it was always important. But I tell you right now, after 2 weeks being at home, first time ever, not second time ever, but like in a way that's not vacation, first that's staycation, like not voluntary staycation. I realized that now more than ever, that routine, that discipline is crucial. So all of you guys out there, if you are, you know, going through the days, through the motions, if you don't have, like for me, this is like part of my day now. I am looking forward to it. This is it. I know I'm going to learn new things. I hope we're delivering value to people with that. I hope that this is, you know, and I would love to hear from this. So Olja, let's see what our audience is doing right now. If we have any questions from them, I really, like, I feel so bad I neglected. I really have to get better with this. I honestly feel that this is one of the things I'm going to work during this quarantine. I'm going to get better with this, checking up with the audience, how they're doing. We got here some comments, so let's see. Okay, so we have Shalini. Shalini, hello, my beautiful. Hello, Heidi. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, hello, Christina. And Sharon was here with us. And oh my goodness, even Anna and Maria. Guys, thank you so much. Oh, we're rocking. Oh my goodness, yes, state of flow, so important. Oh my goodness. Oh, you are my favorite too, my darling. Guys, look, I think we're very clear about what we are talking today about. So it's not like we are expecting you're gonna throw some, you know, questions at us immediately. But if anything, whatever comes to mind, and you have doubts, would like to some clarifications, maybe about this mimicking animals by barking, just reach out to Olja or to myself, and we'll tell you what she meant by this. We're not going to demonstrate, by the way. We're not. That's not the case.
Meow.
Olja, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are true gem. You know, it's awesome to have living proof that regardless what life throws at you, you can overcome it all. I mean, literally all, from war, from trauma childhood, through one of the most disastrous forms of cancer. You can stay, be healthy, successful, happy, be a role model, and just be there with this positive attitude. Thank you so very much. Before I let you go, please share your social media handles as well as your website, Sapfo Groove. Oh, by the way, where Sapfo the name come from? I wanted to ask and I forgot.
Sapfo is women, a lady from ancient Greek. She was a poet, very famous one in 7th century BC, and she was very famous for being the first woman who had her own academy. She educated other women, and yeah, very controversial.
Perfect. Perfect. I love it. Now makes all perfect sense even more. So the website is
www.sapfogroove with 2 O
Groove.
.com. That's it.
When you
And
go to work with Olja, you get to groove. She puts you some jazz music and you're going to go into the flow.
exactly, we have to jam. Yeah, that's part of our life, our rhythm. And just one message, thank you so much for giving opportunity to me and others to share this sparkle of hope for others, because trust me, people, I never thought that this is possible, that you can heal completely, that you can reinvent yourself. So, and the first thing, the most important thing is that I reframed my success story. Success is not about the money account. It's so much more. It's not only that. And when you know what your success story is, it will be easy to step into it.
Yeah,
More easier than, and it will make sense even now in time of Corona. It will make sense.
yeah.
So do something,
Yay.
please.
Yay. Oh yeah, like I said to everyone who's on the call, we never met in person. We only know ourselves like virtually, just like that. And it doesn't matter. I feel like you were soul sis for me. So I hope that we really truly meet in hopefully still 2020, right? Let's just don't cancel that. Let's just don't cancel every plan for this year. We gotta keep positive and optimistic. Olja, thank you so much once again. I'll chat with you again soon on some internets. And we'll be in touch. Ciao. Thank you so much.
Ciao. Thank you.